Hey, this is Brian Briscoe, and welcome to another episode of the Diary of an Apartment Investor podcast. This is going to be one of your multifamily brief episodes. And if you're accustomed to listening to the podcast, you'll know that every Wednesday we put out this multifamily brief episode, a little 8 to 10 minute clip, depending on what day it is and what the subject is. A little 8 to 10 minute clip that talks about a multifamily topic. Today, we're going to talk about raising capital. And I think raising capital is probably one of the most important topics, and it's one of the most underappreciated topics. There's a phrase in the industry, especially in the multifamily education industry, that I think is a complete and utter lie that a lot of people listen to. And it basically says, if you find a good deal, the capital is going to come. Once again, I think that is a complete lie. And it's something that's really, really easy to believe, because a lot of us, especially me, when I was starting out, I was worried about the capital raise. I was worried about my ability to bring, hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars to the table for real estate deals. And I really wanted to believe that that was true. And so I just hit the button, the I believe button. Somewhere deep down inside, I think I realized that it wasn't true, in fact, but I wanted to believe it. And I think a lot of people who are starting out really want to believe that that is true. And it's not. It really isn't. If you have a good deal, the money will come. Well, if you have a good deal and a great network and you have everything set up, the money will come. All right. But there's the thing that you're missing is that there's that setup first. There's a lot of stuff that goes into that before you can raise capital. You have to have a reputation. People have to know that you're a real estate investor, that you're a multifamily investor, and people have to know, like, and trust you as such, as a real estate investor, not as an electrician, not as an engineer, not as a doctor or other professional. They have to trust you as a real estate investor. So we're going to talk about, last week I had the opportunity, I think I mentioned this before. I went off my notes already, but I had the opportunity to speak at a panel on capital raising at the GOB Network Conference. And I really do enjoy panels. I think it's a great way for me to learn, because I'm on the stage with several people with different points of view or different ways of thinking about the same subject. And sometimes it forces me to really think critically and to really think fast, which, I don't know, for me, it's just kind of a little bit of an adrenaline rush. It's, not like bungee jumping or anything, but it's similar. But here are some of the points that were made at this capital raising panel at this conference. Number one, you should always be raising capital. Always, 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 always be raising capital. No matter what your role is in multifamily investing, you should always be looking for people who are interested in investing. Now, it may not be your focal point in the business, but you never know when you're going to talk with somebody who has money to invest. And it'll also make you a much more valuable part of a team if you bring your skills to the table with the ability to raise at least a little bit of money. All right. You should always, number two, you should always be talking about real estate investing, right? At first, it's going to do more for you than the people with whom you're talking with, all right? Sometimes we need to hear ourselves say something before we start to believe it, before we gain confidence in it. And also, as you begin to talk to people about investing in apartments, or you start talking to people about real estate, you're going to start to find your voice. And as time passes, you'll find more and more investors. Now, I'd also say, when you're talking about it, but gauge the responses, figure out what works, what elicits responses, and what doesn't. Don't just talk ad nauseum and, keep on talking and talking and talking like I am now. But anyway, number three, use social media, whether it's LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, or whatever the next new platform is going to be. It's free and it's effective. And just like talking about it, you can post about it. You'll gain followers. And once again, you'll gain confidence and you'll find your voice. And number four, your identity matters. You are an apartment investor, and you have to believe that you are an apartment investor. And if you don't believe that you're an apartment investor, nobody else will. Now, finally, this is a subject that I spent a lot of time researching over the last few years in an effort to become better and better at capital raising. And I have a deal for you. And if you guys are interested in learning more about capital raising, I'll share some more information. But essentially, I'm launching a new course within the Tribe of Titans that's called Raising Capital for Apartment Investing, that'll essentially help you go from zero to push button capital raising. Now, there's a lot of work involved. It's not a magic wand. It's something that, you'll learn the tools, you'll get the tools to be able to do it. And from there, just start implementing what you're taught. But just give you an example, the last deal that I was part of was a small property in Augusta, Georgia. It was just about a $2 million purchase price, 26 units. And I came into the deal as a key principal, meaning that I was providing this experience and net worth for the group to qualify for the loan. And I was not going to raise capital. Now, a few weeks before closing, we were about $200,000 short of our capital raise goal. So I stepped in to help out. I made about a dozen phone calls and very quickly had about $200,000 in commitments. And lo and behold, our capital raise was complete. It didn't take me long. Like I said, it was about a dozen emails, and I brought in, one investor as low as 20,000 and one at 60,000. But, it was just a really quick, really easy thing for me to do because I had the framework set up prior to. Now, the one before that, we had to raise about $3 million to close on an $8 million property, kind of a medium-sized deal. All right, we were able to do that raise amount with a series of emails and a webinar. We were fully subscribed in 7 hours after we opened our portal for commitments. Now, there's really nothing special about what we did for that particular capital raise, but once again, we had to spend a long time building the framework to make that a reality. And that's what has to happen if you want to believe if you have a good deal, the capital will come. If you have a good deal and the framework, the money will come. Now, like I said, next month, I'm launching a new course within the Tribe of Titans. It's a Raising Capital for Apartment Investing. And it's going to be, our kickoff call is going to be on Monday, August 1st. And the course will actually begin on Monday, August 8th. What's included in that? Well, a whole lot is the answer. We're going to have 12 weeks worth of content, which includes over 50 individual lessons on capital raising. And there are weekly homework assignments. And speaking of weekly, you're also going to have weekly group coaching calls with me where we go over the material. We talk about, what was important from the stuff that you guys read and did last week. And then we'll preview the following week to help you guys build the systems. We'll talk about how to start at the very beginning, or where to start at the very beginning, how to build your investor list, how to approach people in your current network. And we'll go from there to the point to where we teach you how to build your systems so you can scale from raising thousands to raising millions, and that's all included. Now, something else that I'm doing this time around is, I've been using ActiveCampaign as my customer relationships management tool. I will actually be giving people who are in the course my templates. And these templates are going to help you to be able to automate a lot of what you're doing. And once you get somebody on your first call, you'll be able to keep them warm without a whole lot of extra effort. Anyway, in order for you to access this, it's for Tribe of Titans members only. But don't worry, Tribe of Titans membership is actually very cheap. It's I'll give you 30 days free for anybody who wants to invest. There's always a link in the show notes that gives you a link to the Tribe of Titans. So 30 days free. And the other thing about it is, this course is going to be a little bit more expensive than the membership. The membership by itself is 30 days for free, then $40 a month. This course is going to be $997. Really, it's $1,000, but I'm told that if you put a 7 at the end, it makes things look cheaper, but it's really $1,000. But anyway, that's the deal. Raising capital for apartment investing. It's a very, very important subject and something that everyone needs to pretty much nail to go anywhere in this business. That's it for today. Hope to see you guys around in the tribe and hope to see a lot of you guys signed up for that capital raising course. And the last thing I'm going to say is spaces are limited. I'm going to limit it to 15 people. And, we've given people who are in the Tribe of Titans first go round. It was published to those guys about a week ago. So get into the tribe, join the course, and we're going to rock and roll. Hey, if you like that episode, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But more importantly, if you haven't joined our multifamily educational community, the Tribe of Titans yet, you are missing out. So get yourself 30 days free by clicking the link below in the description or go to thetribeoftitans.info. and we'll see you there.